So this is day 2. Welcome to day 2. If you did day 1, then you have a whole lot on your mind. Your mind is thinking, okay, you have a lot going on and you are thinking and you're like, wow, I never even knew I was that way. Well, day 2 is the same as yesterday, except for you have some excitement. You have some work to do. You're going to have to put in some work today. So, day 2 is introduction to conformity. That was also day 1. But now we're going to get into the assignment part of day 2. So, what you're going to need for today, remember that journal, that notebook that I told you to write on? This is when you're going to use it. This is where you're going to use it. So remember, I told you to get a notebook. On the cover, you're going to write week 1, understanding conformity and renewal. This notebook you're going to use for week 1. Now, excuse me. I got to get some water in me. When we get to week 2, 3, 4, and week 6, you're going to use different notebooks. You notice I skipped week 5. I skipped week 5 because you will not need a notebook for that week. Week 5 is going to be where you're going to be determined what it is that you need to do after you have gotten through week 1 through 4. And there won't be too much of you doing a whole lot of writing except for on your own. If you have to write down some notes or some thoughts of things that's going through your mind, you want to write it down, that's on you. But for week 1, this is what we're going to be learning about conformity. We're going to be talking about conformity, things to do, and how to go about changing some things, and what to do in your lifetime for the rest of your life. So today, yesterday was the beginning of your new life, the rest of your life and everything, right? So today, we're going to start talking about what you can do. So today's assignment, you will be reflecting in a journal on your personal experiences with conformity and its effects on your mindset and behavior. This will be a powerful way to gain insight and foster personal growth. Here is a structured approach for your journal reflection for today. So this is how you could do your journal. So everything in the list that I'm going to give you is going to be the way that you can structure your approach in. I'm going through some things. Okay, your approach with your journal on how you can reflect on the effects of conformity and what effects it has had on your mindset as well as your behavior. First, you want to set the scene. That's what you want to do first. Begin by creating a quiet and comfortable space for reflection. Eliminate distractions and give yourself time and space to engage in deep introspection. So you want the time. You don't want no one disturbing you. You're going to need this time. So put away some time to do this. Then number 2, here are some prompting questions that you can ask yourself to get you started, to get you going. Start by asking yourself probe your questions by including some of these. You can do all 3, all 4, you can just do 1, it doesn't matter. But you want to try to start off with some of these questions. Number 1 question you can ask yourself is, have there been instances in my life where I have felt pressure to conform to societal expectations? Or how did I respond to these pressures? So basically, you're going to ask yourself that question, then you're going to ask yourself, how did I respond to these questions? Did I conform or did I resist? Reflecting on specific situations where conformity influenced your mindset and behavior. How did I think and act differently as a result of conformity? So basically, have you had these situations happen? And if you did, you're going to think about what happened to you. What did you do? How did you act? What did you say? How did it make you feel? And what were the long-term or short-term effects? Basically, you want to know what the long-term and the short-term. So what were the short-term and long-term effects of conformity on your mindset, emotions, and your behavior? So that's what you're going to do in that part. Then number 3, you want to describe specific experiences. So after you have done that, you want to describe your experiences. And you do that by recalling specific experiences where you encountered in conformity in your life. Describe these experiences in detail, including the content, people involved, and your thoughts and feelings at that time. Remember this one thing. You want to be honest with yourself. You are the only one who is going to look at these journals that you're writing. No one else is going to look at this. So I'm going to recommend something for you. Give me a second. I'm going to get up and I'm going to get it. I'm going to tell you what to do. Because if you don't want nobody to see this and you want to keep all this to yourself, you don't want no one to stumble across what you have written, especially if you're writing people's names down and you're writing events that occurred in your life. You don't want no one to see it. You want to get yourself one of these so you can keep it locked up and safe. Give me a second. I'm going to show you exactly what you want to get yourself. You want to get yourself one of these here, a safe with a combination and a key. You want to get the two kinds. You want a combination and you want a key. I'm not going to tell you what the combination is, but you want to store your personal information in here. That way, and then it's fireproof too, so if your house catches on fire or whatever, you don't have to worry about your stuff burning up. But you want to get you one of these, and you can get it off of Amazon or you can go to Walmart. Walmart has these things for like $29, $30, $40. They're all different prices with how big you want your safe to be. But get you one of those and store your personal information in there, and you'll never have to worry about somebody just going in there reading your stuff and you having to go into details about your personal life with someone that you didn't even want them to know about, or they had no business reading your stuff. So back to the lesson at hand. Number 3, you also going to want to explore how conformity impacted your mindset and behavior in these situations. Did you feel a sense of inner conflict or discomfort? How did you rationalize or justify your actions? Did you rationalize or did you justify your action for what you did? You have to be honest with that. Okay, number 4, analyze thoughts and emotions. So after you have written all that down, now you're going to analyze your thoughts and your emotions on that, okay? You have to live in it. So come on, let's get into it now. Don't back off on this. Reflect on the thoughts and emotion that arose from your experiences with conformity. Did you experience feelings of guilt, shame, or resentment? Did conformity lead to inner turmoil or a sense of connection from your authentic self. You're going to also analyze how these thoughts and emotions influence your behavior. Did you modify your actions to align with social norm, even if it contradicted your true beliefs and values? So these are the questions you're going to be asking yourself. Then you got number 5. Number 5 is going to be, after you have done all that, you're going to do identity. You want to identify patterns and insights. So now you're going to start going into identifying any patterns of your behavior. You're going to look for patterns and common themes in your reflections. Are there recurrent situations where you tend to conform? What underlying beliefs or fears drove your tendencies to conform? What is driving you to do that, to conform that way? Then you have, identify insights gained from your reflections. What have you learned about yourself and your values and your relationship with conformity? How did these insights inform your understanding of personal growth and authenticity? Number 6, set intentions for change. So now you want, after you have done them all, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, now you want to set intentions to make some changes based on your reflections. Set intentions for how you want to approach conformity in the future. Do you aspire to be more mindful and intentional in your decisions? How can you cultivate the courage to resist conformity and stay true to yourself? You want to also consider actionable steps. Consider actionable steps you can take to align your behavior with your authentic values and beliefs. Write down concrete strategies for breaking free from the shackles of conformity and embracing personal growth. So this is where your change is going to start taking place, okay? Number 7, express gratitude and self-compassion. So all the things that you did in the past is over. Don't harp on it, okay? Now you want to express gratitude for yourself. You want to express self-compassion. You definitely have to have self-compassion, all right? Conclude in your journal. You want to write in your journal, the last part of it would be reflection with a note of gratitude for insights gained, the things that you have gained from that experience, and opportunities for self-discovery. So now it's time to start discovering yourself, okay? You get some opportunities to start making these changes. Acknowledge the courage it takes to change and the courage it takes to conform, and you want to make sure you confront conformity. So basically you want to acknowledge the courage that it's going to take to confront conformity and commit to personal growth. Definitely got to be committed. And then, of course, last not least, practice self-compassion by offering yourself kindness and understanding. Recognize that breaking free from conformity is a journey. It's not a race. It's a journey, okay? And it's okay to stumble. You're going to stumble along the way. So don't feel weak or that you are failing because you're falling backwards, or you find yourself in another situation in the future after doing all this, and you find yourself conforming to that norm or conforming to somebody, other people's beliefs and standard, it's okay. Just recognize it though, and start and say, oh, wait a minute, I got to change that. That's not what I believe. That's not me. That's not how I roll. I got to change that. So it's okay that you're gonna stumble. Okay, just recognize that it's okay, and trust in your ability to navigate this journey with courage and resilience. Okay, you're gonna bounce back by following these structured approach to journal reflection. You will gain deeper insight into your experiences with conformity and its effects on mindset and behavior. Its effects on your mindset and your behavior. This process of self exploitation can pave the way for personal growth, authenticity, and fulfillment. So, that ends today's assignment, and then tomorrow is day 3. So that was day 2. Tomorrow's day 3. Let's get it on.